This tutorial takes an in-depth look at the difference between marketing, sales and customer relations management. In the past, we used to work with these concepts as independent concepts or mutually exclusive concepts. So you would have a marketing department and you would have a different sales department, and then you would have a customer relations management department. But more and more we're learning that these things are integrated and they can't really exist without each other. Firstly, we need to attract our customers. How do we attract our customers? Well, we use marketing campaigns, advertising. This is marketing. So attracting of customers is done through marketing. Once we've attracted them, we need to acquire them. Acquisition is a sales function. And once we have acquired them, we need to keep them. We need to retain them. And this is a customer relationship management function. In other words, you can see that the whole concept of customer management is an umbrella concept to the attraction of customers, which is marketing, the acquisition of customers, which is sales, and then the retention of customers, which is a customer relations management function. Let's have an in-depth look at these different elements of customer management. Traditionally, we understand CRM, customer relations management, as a generate, convert and feed cycle. What happens here is campaigns, marketing in other words, marketing campaigns are generated into leads. Leads are converted into accounts, opportunities and contacts, and these are then fed into forecasts. And these forecasts are then processed back into campaigns again. So you've got a process where you generate an awareness and you attract customers through your campaigns. You convert it into leads so that salespeople can get to work and acquire these customers. We create accounts, opportunities and contacts, and then this forecasts back into campaigns, and so it goes on and on and on and on. The big problem with this is that although it's called a customer relations management system, there's really no customer relations management taking place here. I mean, there's not at any point where we say, well, let's retain these customers by establishing relationships. Let's have a look at the concepts which we currently work with in the field of customer management, which are marketing, sales and customer relations management. Those are the three main concepts. Let's have a look at how we deal with these three aspects. When dealing with customer management, there are generally accepted that there are three aspects or components to such a customer management system. These components are marketing, sales, and CRM, which stands for customer relations management. But what are they? How do they work? And how do they contain the different areas of customer management? Now, the way these concepts work are more than just concepts of customer management. They actually significantly and progressively contribute towards each other. First, we attract the customers, which is called marketing. This could be through advertising, campaigning, various means of getting people to be aware of who you are. Then we acquire these customers, we call that sales. And lastly, once we've acquired these customers, we have to retain them and keep them. That's called customer relations management. So you can see there's a progressive nature in the relationship between marketing, sales and CRM. The one attracts. Once we attract, we grab and catch and keep. That's called sales. And once we've got them, we need to keep them, which is called customer relations management. Very much like a spider web, except we don't want to kill our customers. Therefore, it's important not to see marketing, sales and CRM as independent or mutually exclusive departments or components of a system, but rather as a progressive process. We attract, we acquire, we retain. Now, once we understand that customer management has three basic components, we also learn that these components create the three objectives of customer management. So if you have a customer management system in your organization, they would basically have three objectives, and each of these objectives would represent respectively marketing, sales and CRM. The first objective of customer management is to attract customers through branding and advertising our products and services in such a way that it ignites customer awareness, consideration and action. What that basically says is we want to get your attention so that you know about us and that you are attracted to us. The second objective, which is a sales objective, is to acquire customers through negotiation or negotiating the acceptance of our customer value proposition. We have something of value that we want to offer you, and we need you to say yes to this offer. Once you say yes, we've done the acquisition, the sale is made. And then lastly, we want to retain customers. This is the CRM, the Customer Relations Management objective. We want to retain customers through effective relationship development and frontline service. We want to make sure that once we've got you, you stay there. Now you can understand the basic conflict between CRM and marketing. I mean, CRM needs to deliver on the promises which marketing and sales make, which often leads to conflict. You can also see a very easy way to remember these three objectives. It's very much the same in marriage. When you met your life partner, you went through exactly the same process. You attracted her or him, then you acquired it, there was a sale, and now the marriage has to be kept alive and maintained. And therefore, the hard work is really in the CRM. I would say that's about 80 to 90% of customer management. And here I give you a model once more, just to remind you, just to keep this in your head, for you not to forget that customer management, three very important components: marketing, attraction; sales, acquisition; CRM, retention. Remember this. It's crucial to understanding the concept of customer management. At this point, it's good to start looking at what is the mission of customer management, or the purpose of customer management. Let's unpack that. On the screen there, you can see that I've written the purpose of customer management is to provide effective solutions and processes for the establishment, evolution, and maintenance of relationships that will enhance the acquisition and retention of customers, with the ultimate aim of ensuring organizational survival. We can unpack this definition quite a bit, but I think it's important here to see that all three elements of retention, acquisition, and attraction are there. We can see that it's about solutions to a customer, it's about the establishment of processes, and it's in order to maintain relationships at the end of the day. And of course, that would ensure organizational survival. There would be no point in customer management if we do not want to ensure the organization's survival. Customers are the lifeblood of your organization. Without them, you do not exist. Everything can go except them. Your customers basically endorse your relevance. Now let's have a look at some assumptions of customer management. I believe that it's very important to understand anything's assumptions if you really want to understand that topic. There is no theory, nothing on the universe that can exist without assumptions. We make assumptions about things, and those assumptions lead to our theories, and it eventually becomes the facts of the discipline. So I'm going to deal with 8 assumptions here. The first 4 are on your screen there. Number 1, that analysis of the relationship between customer experience, in other words, relationship management, and the profitability, in other words, the cost, quality, and time, is the best way to understand specific customer management. What we're saying is that if you really want to understand customer management, you need to relate the experience to the profitability. Customer experience related to customer profitability will help you to understand how to manage and retain that specific customer. The second one here is that customer management objectives, segmentation, market share analysis, budget development are prerequisites commonly held by the fields of marketing, sales, and CRM, and that they cannot be done in isolation. The implication of this is that if you have a marketing department, a sales department, and a CRM department, that these items, these things, analysis of budget, segmentation, market share, these things cannot be done by each department independently. They must be done collectively because they relate to each other, and understanding of one will help you to understanding of the other. The third assumption is that the primary purpose of any marketing initiative is to ignite customer awareness, consideration, and action. There is no other reason for marketing. You want to attract people and you want to make them aware so that they can consider your product or services. The fourth assumption is that the primary strategies of marketing will be advertising, promotion, and branding. Therefore, if you're doing marketing, then it's about either advertising or promoting or branding a product or a service. Just an interesting fact here is that recently it was determined that the number one asset of any organization is not buildings, it's not things that you can touch or that are tangible, it's brand. If you buy Coca-Cola or Microsoft or Apple, you would pay most of your money for the name, not for the fixed or current assets of that organization, making brand the number one asset of any organization. The second set of assumptions here, 5 to 8, in other words, I said there was 8 assumptions, we've dealt with 4. Number 5, that the primary task of sales is to acquire customers through negotiating a customer value proposition. As marketing attracts people through advertising, branding, and promotions, sales literally offers some type of value proposition. People do not buy products, they do not buy services, they buy a value proposition. You are offering a certain value. If I buy a car, it becomes an extension of me. It's adding value to who I am. If you buy clothes, if you buy a service, all these things add a specific value to your life or business. So it's not necessarily the product that's being sold. It's not the specifications of the product that's being sold. It's the value that that product adds to the life or the business that you are selling. And this is done by sales. Now we get to customer relations management, a very important part of customer management. The primary task of CRM is to retain customers through the establishment of interdependent relationships and providing effective front desk service. Interdependent relationships means that we both benefit from this relationship, the company and the customer. Therefore, you find that more and more companies are giving after services of value where they could help you, assist you, because they want to add value to your life. This is a CRM initiative. At the front desk is the moment of truth, something that I discuss in one of my other videos. You would find that in CRM, about 80% of effective relationship management is in the process and about 20% is in the attitude. So the attitude of the front desk clerk only adds value to the customer's life if there's a good process backing that attitude. In other words, you cannot fix a bad process with good attitude. We'll talk more about that in my other videos. 7, that the majority of customer interaction takes place at the front desk. Thus, the front line produces the bottom line. Where people meet the company is usually a front desk clerk or a frontline person or customer relations officer. It could be a bank teller. It could be the person that packs your bags at the grocery store. It could be somebody in a government department that meets you at the front desk. So that is your idea of the company. It's quite a shame that we often put weak people at those places where that's really where the opinion of the organization is formed. The last assumption is that customer retention, farming, is less energy intensive than customer acquisition, hunting. We're not in an era of hunting anymore. Hunting means that you have to go and look for customers every single day. That's a sales activity. It's still important, but it's not the most important. Farming means that you grow and keep your customers. It's easier to get customers if your current customers are telling their friends that they should be customers than it is to go out and hunt them. So get into the practice of farming and do less hunting. That's the route to customer relations management. I hope that this session has helped you to understand and better comprehend the whole concept of customer management. We'll see you in the next session.